Our new sponsor at NGSC Sports is Cool Eye Cover, and as you can imagine, we are talking sunglasses. The perfect time for our sponsor is summer, as we all need those sunglasses. Our sponsor even has a great deal as an NGSC Sports partner. If you email esgmarketingsolutions@gmail.com, they will give you a 50% discount on your first pair of sunglasses. Visit www.cooleyecover.com and choose your glasses to receive the discount and email esgmarketingsolutions@gmail.com for the discount coupon. We thank Cool Eye Cover for joining NGSC Sports as our new sponsor. This show is sponsored by Alicia's Pillows and Things. Check out the Facebook page, Alicia's Pillows and Things, where you will find home decor you will not be able to resist at prices anybody can afford. Check out the pillows and stools of your favorite sports teams. Maybe you want a set of your kid's favorite cartoon or movie character. You can also get full body and neck pillows as well. Log on to ngscsports.com and go to the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab on the homepage to complete your order. It makes a great gift for Christmas at an affordable price. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on ngscsports.com, where you can get awesome analysis for all things sport. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, head to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
Sets us up to start episode 270 of the A Foreign Affair podcast. Hello, everyone. My name is Edward Green. Fortunately, not joined live tonight by my call in crime, Wes Bradshaw. No, because of travel and such, had to delay doing a live podcast last week. So, not able to do one again this week. But I do believe the stars will align that next week we will be able to come together back in our panic rooms to be able to bring it a combined live experience direct to you. So Wes Bradshaw will be coming up later, though, for the latest in America's Corner. Oh, and that's right, we have big America news coming out later on in this podcast as we get into, of course, the Women's World Cup final. That has happened. All our summer tournaments have ended, actually. The Women's World Cup, the Gold Cup, and Copa America have all come to their conclusions. So I will be recapping those for you here in just a few moments. We'll also have a little bit of news and notes as transfer season is heating up, as well as a little bit of that watch for. And maybe we'll get So Elite Raw. I don't know. We'll see. Wrestling kind of sucks now, apparently. At least on the WWE side. I don't want to speak to other people, so we'll just leave it at that. But hey, you know it doesn't suck? Who presents this podcast? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, as always, we are presented by NGSC Sports at ngscsports.com. We never stop. Also presented by Alicia's Pillows and Things. Hey, you want that U.S. women's body pillow, ottoman, slipcover, name it? Hey, check out Alicia's Pillows and Things on Facebook. She can make you something real nice from that. Also, check out some great deals she has at ngscsports.com. Also, want to thank Cool Eye Cover. Visit cooleyecover.com for the hottest deals in summer eyewear to help keep your eyes nice and healthy during the bright summer sun season. Unless, of course, I guess you're listening to this in the Southern Hemisphere, in which case it's winter. And, hey, get a great deal before next summer. Hey, there you go. Shout out to our people in Brazil. Hola. Oh, they're going to hate that. Oh, that's unfortunate. I love you, Brazil. I really do. Parabéns. Lastly, hey, you got that Roku TV thing? I know people who do. maybe you do too. If you have it, hey, go visit. Don't just visit. Search for it if you haven't already. You should already have it by now, because if you've been listening to this podcast, you should know about this by now. But if you still don't, go search the Ultimate Sports Channel for free sports programming. You can also find them at a variety of places online, such as esgsportsgroup.com, as well as on the social media via Nasha Sports. So go check them out as well, thanks to all of our podcast providers. So as we move on here, let's head to the good stuff. Starting with the Women's World Cup, it has come to a close in France, and we have back-to-back AAU national champions. That's not quite right, Tom Amansky. No, just back-to-back champions for the United States, and for the fourth time in their nation's history, the United States have won the Women's World Cup, this one coming from a 2-0 victory over those freaky-deaky Dutch out of the Netherlands. A fairly tame affair for the most part. The United States having more of the chances, more of the possession, not always able to convert. They're finishing not great every time, but again, Megan Rapinoe steps up, and that pose worked much better when this was a video podcast. Unfortunately, this is an audio podcast, so you didn't see my tribute to Captain Megan Rapinoe there. But her penalty in the 61st minute is the decider. The United States would tack on another goal through Rose Lavelle to get the ultimate 2-0 victory. Netherlands had a few chances here and there, but United States really dominated possession. And in the final 20 minutes, while the Netherlands was sending people forward to attack, the United States probably could have added a couple more. Some final passes in the box were missed for what would be just absolute sitters. But doesn't matter. Final score is all that matters, and that is where the United States comes out on top, 2-0. Jill Ellis leads them to back-to-back World Championships. As I mentioned, Megan Rapinoe wins the Golden Ball and the Golden Boot, the double golden for her. Alex Morgan comes in with the silver boot. Lucy Bronze gets the silver ball. Work that one out in your head. And Ellen White gets the bronze boot, and Rose Lavelle gets the bronze ball. I don't know why that happened. The Golden Glove goes to Sari van Vindel, the Dutch keeper. The Young Player Award went to Julia Gwynn out of Germany, and the Fair Play Award goes to France, because they've never been known to attack anyone. Hey, I got you, France. I got you again. Ooh, that one's for U.S. But again, the United States with another big win, and hopefully some big paychecks to come out of this. So, U.S. soccer, you really might want to start paying them like a lot, because they win a lot. So, and big shouts to the dude who called her Megan Rapinoe today. Dumbass. Anyway, women get the gold yet again. And as for the moment, in World Cup competitions, they simply cannot be stopped. So big ups to them. As we now venture down into Brazil for another final, the Copa America final, this tournament going markedly better for the Brazilians than the last time they hosted a country. There's the tournament, and they're on home soil. That, of course, was the World Cup in 2014, which famously ended rather poorly in the semifinals against Germany. This one went a lot better. After dispatching of Argentina in the semis, they met up with Peru in the final, and while it was tied for just a few minutes there right before the halftime, Gabriel Jesus' 45th minute stoppage time goal was the difference maker. His goal was sandwiched in between goals from Everton's biggest win of the year, as well as Richarlison's late 90th minute penalty to officially seal the deal and start the Samba in Rio. Peru did get their one goal through a penalty from Jose Guerrero, but it simply was not enough. Brazil, again, this was not the dominant offensive attacking Brazil we've seen for so long, but instead a very concentrated defensive effort from this team. And we'll be honest, a lot of defenders who are starting to get a little older. Dani Alves starts this match, 36. Marquinhos, a little younger on the 25. Thiago Silva, though, 34. Alexandro, 28. And then you have a very young midfield of Arthur and Casemiro, 22 and 27 respectively. So defense really holding it down, though, for the Brazilians. They could sometimes turn it up a notch offensively, thanks to guys like, obviously Gabriel Jesus, who had a very good tournament, as well as Roberto Firmino and Philippe Coutinho, who had been doing pretty well, especially given how they both ended their club campaigns. But very well done here for Brazil. Again, it's going to be very hard, I think, to ever get that verve that Brazil had back in the day when they were just winning World Cups left and right. But this may be a more refined version of that Brazilian formula. And if it is, again, not the strongest tournament, Argentina on a little bit of a downturn, final was Peru. Maybe this is the Brazilian team that will be coming to play the next time the World Cup rolls around. We will have to see. But for now, the Brazilians win the tournament. So good for them as they win this tournament again in Rio, sort of banishing a few of those demons that came out from the World Cup. Big win for them. Of course, big win for Neymar. Yeah. Anyway, so congratulations though to the Brazilians. Very well done. Very well deserved trophy. A final tournament that has come to a conclusion. It is the Gold Cup, CONCACAF as ever. The United States made it to the final against Mexico, but could not make it an American double on Sunday. The United States had their chances. Josie Altidore. Hey, buddy. How you doing there? Keep saying one day Josie Altidore will come good, I guess. Mexico gets the lone goal of the match in the 75th minute through Jonathan Dos Santos. And that was pretty much it. Again, the United States had chances. Absolutely 100% had opportunities. Just could not quite convert. It should be, I guess, encouraging for the United States that they made a Gold Cup final relatively easily. Yes, the Curacao match was a little dangerous, I guess, with the scoreline at 1-0, but Curacao never really threatened all that much back then in that quarterfinal. And the United States got through pretty comfortably even at 1-0. But I tell you what, again, hey, Christian Pulisic, Weston McKennie, these guys, these young guys might just be able to carry this United States team forward. So, Michael Bradley, Josie Altidore, maybe this is finally their last hurrah. They can start moving on somewhere else. I don't know. Maybe we'll see. But something to be hopeful about, I think, for the United States. Not anywhere close to being ready for a World Cup, I think, still. But it is early days, and this is a good start in their progression. So we will have to see how Greg Berhalter keeps building this team, how much he keeps trusting the young guys, especially the young guys who are playing in Europe, and see where that takes them. So we will look forward with a little glimmer of hope to the United States men. Wow, it is completely outshone by the United States women, who are so much better. So much better. Anyway, so that is match talk. Hey, people are reporting back to Premier League teams. So that starts in like a week. I don't know. No, I think it's like a month. But yeah. And hey, the International Champions Cup is coming. Don't forget that, you guys. The International Champions Cup. That's a thing. Hey, you guys. It starts Tuesday, July 16th, with that great match that's going to take place with the people in five days. It's going to be Fiorentina and Guadalajara. It's what we all wanted, right? Hey, then we're getting an Arsenal Bayern the next day, right? And then United versus Inter in Singapore. I don't know. That's whatever. Whatever. I don't know. It's very much whatever. I I don't think this needs to be a thing. I really don't. But hey, gotta make that money. So I don't know, why are these? Or is it because I'm near there? I don't know. For those of you at home who cannot see my laptop screen, obviously, July 24th and 26th matches are highlighted at the top. I'm not really sure why, unless it's just because they're close to where I am right now. That'd be kind of weird. Any hoozles. The International Champions Cup is coming. Please enjoy. Please consume the product. All right, news and notes time. This is a big one. Alvaro Morata will be staying in Spain after his loan spell at Atletico has completed. He will be sticking on with Diego Simeone's side after his widely panned time at Chelsea has come to a close. Hey, he scored 6 goals in 17 appearances for Atletico on his year-and-a-half loan. So that's good, I guess. I don't know. Morata's probably going to be a good backup. And I mean, if they lose Griezmann, when they lose Griezmann, might be an okay shot. But we'll see. So Morata will be sticking at Atletico, leaving Chelsea. Oof, there you go. Another leaver from the Premier League, Marko Arnautovic, who had a pretty good season at West Ham last year. He will be heading to China to chase that Chinese money. The 30-year-old will be heading to play for Shanghai SIPG. Played for 2 years at West Ham, but will be heading over there. This is an official release from West Ham. I'm going to look up Shanghai. What is that? Shanghai SIPG real quick. Let's see what their roster contains here. Let's see. This will be interesting. Let's take a walk down memory lane, because I'm pretty sure this is where Moussa Dembele went. I could be wrong though. We'll see here. They got Oscar and Hulk from Brazil. Maybe this isn't where he went then, because it's mostly a Chinese team other than those two. I must be thinking of the other Shanghai team. So there you go. That's how that works. Let me see. Rivalries. Shanghai Shenhua. Is that who I'm thinking of? Maybe not. Steven El Shaarawy plays for them. And Odion Ingalo. That guy played for Watford for a little bit. So anyway, that's your Chinese league roundup. There you go. Happy trails, Marko Arnautovic. Hey, but actually one of the big deals to come out from this past week, Yuri Tielemans will be staying at Leicester on a $50 million transfer coming over from Monaco. This is big. He was great for Leicester when he played for them the second half of last season on loan. And for Leicester to get this midfielder speaks volumes of what Brendan Rodgers is trying to do there. I think this is a great buy. Arlo White thrilled on Twitter about it. So Arlo, if you're listening to this for some reason down on family vacation in Orlando, pint for you, sir. Well done on that. This is a big deal. He spurned Manchester United, probably spurned Tottenham, I guess. I feel like once the Ndombele deal went through, this was probably not going to happen, but definitely spurned United. So I don't know. United lose to Leicester City, and this is not just a sort of also ran. Yuri Tielemans is really good, and he's really young. So that's a good bit of business and a bad bit of business for United, I think. I mean, United should be able to get whoever they want, theoretically. So, hey, good for Leicester City. It's going to suck playing against this guy again as Spurs, but hey, good for you, Foxes. Good for you. That's a good piece of business. One of the better deals of the summer so far. If, Tottenham hadn't signed anyone again. Finally, as we wrap up news and notes, speaking of the Spurs, the Tottenham Supporters Group is part of a multi-Premier League team coalition that wants UEFA to make some changes to how they run their Champions League and Europa League finals. This is coming from SpursWeb.com. According to the BBC, a lot of problems happened, as you may have heard, when the Europa League final took place in Baku. And of course, also some things happened between Spurs and Liverpool fans in the Champions League final in Spain. It's not great. So the Tottenham supporters group, in collaboration with the supporters groups from Liverpool, Chelsea, and Arsenal, came together and put together a 6-point plan. It includes the idea that 80% of the total number of tickets for a Champions League or Europa League final should go to the supporters of the two competing teams, split evenly, 40% each, and then the remaining 20% go to sponsors. Barely that. If you go to by the BBC, 17,000 tickets for Liverpool and Spurs fans in what is at least a 60,000 seat stadium. So that's kind of insane. So that's a good start. Affordability, they say pricing for the final should be fair and affordable, with at least 45% of general admission tickets priced at the lowest category of €70. There could be a stretch pricing policy if there's a choice for fans. In terms of capacity, only stadiums with sufficiently large capacity should be selected. This would allow more tickets to be made available for the fans of both teams as well as the football family. It's proposed the ideal capacity for a Champions League final is in the region of 75,000 plus, and for Europa League, 55,000 plus. They want to make sure that there's accessibility features in the facilities so that handicapped people can still access it. That there's infrastructure that finals venues should be cities with excellent transport links, including capacity to deal with many additional charter flights and ideally good rail links to other cities and airports within reasonable travel distance. And then equality, host countries should apply no discrimination of any kind to any player or to supporters who wish to travel to the final, Spain. Countries staging finals should guarantee to abide by a human rights and equality policy that includes ensuring no discrimination or restriction on entry is applied to any player or supporter. So, doubt UEFA is going to do any of this. It's a really good idea. Doubt they'll do it. Hope they do it. Be a good step. Even if they play just like some of it, like if they went with 60% of the total tickets were for supporters clubs and then 40% for sponsors. Even that would be at least a step in the right direction. UEFA won't do it. UEFA sucks. Anyway, there you go. Yay! Good job. Coming together. Solving the problems, hopefully. Well done, lads. Well done. So that is news and notes. Let's hit the watch for real quick. What's in the watch for? What have we been watching in the week that was, or the week that will be? Hey, I saw that Spoderman movie. That's a good Spoderman movie. That Far From Home? That's a good Spoderman movie. Very much enjoyed. Big excites. Wes and I will definitely be talking about that a lot. We've already texted a little bit about it. We will be talking about it a lot because it's a very good movie. Highly recommend. If you liked Homecoming, even better. If you didn't like Homecoming, you're probably shit out of luck. But that's okay. Why were you going to see this anyway if you didn't like Homecoming? There you go. So, very good. That is my watch for the week. So with that, let us turn tables and hand the microphone over to Monsieur Wes Bradshaw as he brings us the latest edition, possibly the final edition, given that all the tournaments are over, for now at least, of America's Corner. Take it away, Wes.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the last summer of 2019, America's Corner. Why is it America's Corner? Because America gets it done when they need to on the women's side. And they win the World Cup. I mean, what else could you ask of them? They were the dominant team of this year's World Cup. And they finished the job. And they did it in emphatic style with a 2-0 win over the Netherlands. Really great job by the ladies. They came out, they did what they had to do, they did what they were supposed to do. They were the favorites to win this tournament, and they did it. The big win over France in the quarterfinal, England the semi, Netherlands in the final. Showcased, excuse me, woo, that was a long night. Showcase the Americans' dominance. I mean, when you can bring somebody like Carly Lloyd off your bench, I mean, that's sick. It's just, it's big time. It just shows where the Americans are right now. That said, really looking back at this tournament, I think you've seen some definite steps forward. England have gotten better. The Dutch have gotten better. Italy got a lot better. Teams from around the world are starting to catch up. we'll see what happens in 4 years. USA is going to have a lot of changes over the next 4 years. You know, Carly Lloyd, prior mentioned, she's retiring. Rapinoe's kind of up there. Alex Morgan's borderline, kind of up there age-wise. A lot of the 30 crowd playing for the United States. So Tobin Heath is up in that group. So they're gonna be some personnel changes you've got to figure coming up in 4 years for the U.S. So it'll be interesting to see if Jill Ellis holds on and keeps that job. You know, what she's got in store for the upcoming cycle for the United States women. But for now, we bask in the glory. The NWSL is doing great. You know, if you're in the North Carolina area, go check out the North Carolina Courage. You know, 4 of their players were on the women's national team. So, happy time. On the other end of the spectrum for the USA, the men's team, you know, they lost to Mexico in the Gold Cup final. Were we really surprised they lost to Mexico in the Gold Cup final? I mean, we've talked about it. Mexico's just better than the United States. That's what it is at this point. Yeah, I would say, though, the USA definitely showed some progress in this tournament. Bearhalter, you know, new coach, new system, new style of play. It's not going to be an overnight thing for the U.S. I think the U.S. has some good young talent. I think some of that talent's overblown because they're United States talent. We'll see. We'll see. For a country that's supposedly producing so much talent, why the hell is Josie Altidore still the starting striker all these years later? So, you know, we'll see. But I think Bearhalter has them at least pointing in a positive direction. Thought it was a positive tournament show for the U.S. More than held their own with Mexico in the final, but at the end of the day, Mexico's just better. So that's what it is. That's what it is. On to the final tournament. Well, another tournament final, we'll say. We still have a little bit going in AFCON. Copa. Talking about a team was supposed to win. Brazil were the favorites going in. Brazil get it done. They defeat Peru, and they do it on the back of the best goalkeeper in the world, Alison Becker. Becker becomes the first ever goalkeeper to win 3 sets of Golden Gloves on the season. Of course, he won the Golden Gloves for the Premier League, the Champions League, and now Copa. So, you know, anyone who still has an issue with what Liverpool paid for Alison Becker, you're freaking insane. The man is a beautiful Thor-like god between the sticks, and I can't wait to see him pull on that sweet black Liverpool _1 this season, which is where he should have been the entire time, was a #1. Screw you, Loris Karius. But Brazil get the job done. They are the better team. They're the best team in South America. I think that was pretty evident. They do it without Neymar, so you can call it Ewing theory. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know what Neymar brings. I think sometimes, don't get me wrong, Neymar's a great player. I think sometimes Neymar can take away a little more than what he can give you from time to time. But that's me. That's why I have America's Corner and others don't. I don't have much else to add this week. It's kind of a slow week. We're kind of waiting to see what happens. There's a lot of rumors going on in the transfer market. Not a lot of finalized business, though. Will Liverpool sign someone? Will Neymar end up back at Barcelona? Are Spurs going to keep pumping some money in? Young Spain under-21 Dani Ceballos, who just had a magnificent, was probably the best player at the under-21 Euros this year as Spain won. He has been spotted in London in a London phone booth, so that must mean he's going to Spurs, I guess. Sure, why not? But just there's a lot of things brewing. There's a shitstorm around this whole Antoine Griezmann deal. That's not a fun one. Barcelona are really spreading themselves thin this summer. They're so beholden to suddenly re-sign Neymar. I don't know why, but whatever. That's going to be its own nightmare for them if they get both Griezmann and Neymar. So that'll be interesting to watch. Yeah. I mean, we'll see what happens. And a lot going forward. Next week we'll be back it'll be me and Ed both back next week. No more recording the next few. So, we'll go a little more in depth. Hopefully we'll get some signings coming in with Copa especially finishing up. African Cup of Nations is still going on. We're getting to the semifinal stage of that. We might see some more transfer activity going. A lot of times players like to finish up their international stuff before taking care of their transfer business. So a lot going on. It is Thursday morning here on the East Coast as I'm recording this. Folks, the national nightmare's over. Liverpool are playing their first match today. They're playing Tranmere. Because, it has been nearly 6 weeks since Liverpool won, let me count, their 6th European Cup. Just had to make sure everybody knew that. We've won it 6 times. But anyway, it's been nearly 6 weeks, so it is time for some Liverpool football. They'll be playing Tranmere. Of course, about half the squad not there. But, hey, it's football season, baby! Here we go. Next week at this time, Liverpool will be getting into the United States to play their 3 matches in the USA, their preseason tour. So, football season is fast approaching. We are under a month away from deadline day, transfer deadline day in the Premier League. So we said, folks, very exciting time coming up, and we're gonna take you there. We're gonna do it right here on the home of America Corner. The Foreign Affair Podcast. I'll leave you with these words. Forget it. These letters. You know what I'm saying, Ed Green. USA. 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 USA.
Thank you so much, Wes. USA. 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 So big into the USA here. That is going to do it, though, for episode 270 of the Foreign Affair Podcast. I want to give another shout to our podcast providers, including NGSC Sports, Alicia's Pills and Things, Cool I Cover, and the Ultimate Sports Channel. Check them out online. They're on the social medias. We're also in the social medias. As a collective on Twitter, we are at AFA Pod. He's at Wes Bradshaw 21, and I am at Edward Green. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube via our parent show, the All New Sports Show. You can also email us allnewsportshow@gmail.com. Podcast providers, include Podbean.com, Stitcher, Spreaker, iHeartRadio, the TuneIn Radio app, Google Play Music, the iTunes Music Store, and YouTube. You can also find all our podcasts on the YouTube. So go check us out. Go through our back catalog. All other, it's not 270. Even though this is episode 270, we've done at least 2 B episodes, and we had an episode 0. So I'm pretty sure this is actually the 273rd, 4th, something around there. Big back catalog of episodes if you want to go through that. So go check us out. But keep staying tuned. Like I said, Wes Bradshaw and I should be back together next week for another great edition of the Foreign Affair Podcast live, plausibly. And don't worry, folks, we'll be getting together live to do a Far From Home spoiler cast, I believe. Very, very soon. Very, very soon. So be on the lookout for that. But for now, that will do it for the 270th episode of the Foreign Affair Podcast. From McCall & Crime, Wes Bradshaw, I am Edward Green. Thank you so much for joining us here on the pod. And as always, until next time, stay safe and enjoy the football, which I guess now is the International Champions Cup. Oh, that's disappointing. Hey, I think literally a month from today the Premier League starts. So there you go. Wait for that and enjoy. Okay, bye.
Our new sponsor at NGSC Sports is Cool Eye Cover, and as you can imagine, we are talking sunglasses. The perfect time for our sponsor is summer, as we all need those sunglasses. Our sponsor even has a great deal as an NGSC sports partner. If you email esgmarketingsolutions@gmail.com, they will give you a 50% discount on your first pair of sunglasses. Visit www.coolicover.com and choose your glasses to receive the discount, and email esgmarketingsolutions@gmail.com for the discount coupon. We thank Cool Eye Cover for joining NGSC Sports as our new sponsor. This show is sponsored by Alicia's Pillows and Things. Check out the Facebook page, Alicia's Pillows and Things, where you will find home decor you will not be able to resist at prices anybody can afford. Check out the pillows and stools of your favorite sports teams. Maybe you want a set of your kid's favorite cartoon or movie character. You can also get full body and neck pillows as well. Log on to ngscsports.com and go to the Alicia's Pillows and Things tab on the homepage to complete your order. It makes a great gift for Christmas at an affordable price. NGSC Sports. We never stop.
You're listening to NGSC Sports Radio. Hear us live on NGSCsports.com, where you can get awesome analysis for all things sport. Or check out our podcasts on iHeartRadio, Spreaker, iTunes, TuneIn, and much more. For our latest videos, head to NGSC Sports YouTube channel. Follow us on Twitter at NGSC Sports and like us on Facebook. NGSC Sports. We never stop. We never stop. We never.